So, just take a nice comfortable seat for a moment. Sorry, changed my mind. Listening to the universe. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, nice long smooth breath out. Taking a nice deep breath in. And exhaling, nice long smooth steady breath out. Now, taking a nice deep breath in. And exhaling, nice long smooth breath out. Maybe closing your eyes, taking your time to arrive into your practice, into your body, into your breath. And just take a few moments to pause and notice how we feel. Notice ourselves arriving consciously into our practice, into this moment. And really we want to bring patience into our day, into our experience. There's a sense of allowing ourselves to be slow, it can be quite an adjustment. So I wanted to share some words actually from Mark Nepo. Lots of you know that I am a big fan of his writing. And he talks about the practice of uncertainty. And the practice of uncertainty is really patience. And that is the only way to move through uncertainty. The only way to listen for what it has to say is by being patient. So we allow the speech of uncertainty to be slow. But it's very difficult sometimes. It's hard to be patient. Something we have to practice over and over again. And as Mark Nepo says, we're born both patient and impatient. Our being is born moving slow. And the life that carries it flits like a hummingbird, rapidly twitting even when we hover. Yet when our body, mind and heart are aligned, like tumblers in a mystical lock, something eternal opens. When our body, mind and heart move at the same pace, which requires slowing down, we know that congruence of being as the pace of what is real. Moving at the pace of what is real can move us through uncertainty and open us to the shimmer of spirit and the energy of aliveness. So the gift of patience. And really to practice yoga, you need lots of patience. We do come sometimes into our yoga practice looking for results. We're quite orientated that way as human beings. But here is an opportunity to really come into your practice with that open-minded, loving sense of patience, that slowness really does, align us into this very moment, what is happening right now. So we can take that with us now, those ideas, those thoughts into our practice as we move, honoring our body, honoring the time, Honoring even the time of day that we're practicing. You know, our bodies are different from one part of the day to the next. Lovely. So taking one more deep breath in. Exhaling, nice long smooth breath out. Now ready to move, let's take ourselves onto our hands and knees. Bringing our hands underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. A little cat-cow as we let the belly come down, lifting the chest, lifting the chin. Exhaling, rounding your back, chin in towards your chest. Inhaling, coming forward. Moving with your eyes closed if you can. Exhaling, rounding your back, chin in towards your chest. Inhaling, coming forward again. Nice long movement through the front of the body, lovely arch in the back, very nourishing. Exhaling, rounding your back, chin in towards your chest. Lovely. Inhaling, coming to a nice flat back, a little movement side to side, so moving your head, shoulders, spine, side body, hips. Just nice and gentle. It doesn't need to be too much, doesn't need to be too fast. It's such a lovely movement this for the spine, because we start to discover all the various ways we can move the spine. It's such an incredible structure through the body, our axis, that it has so many ways of moving that we tend to, or I like to, celebrate all the various ways my spine can move. Lovely. And then when you're ready, coming back to the center. And let's take a little twist here, thread the needle, taking your right arm through the gap so that the right shoulder comes down, your right ear comes maybe onto the floor or maybe onto something, a blanket, and then a little push through the left hand down into the earth. So just checking that your elbow is over your wrist, finding that lovely sweet action through the right side of the body, not too much. And then as you inhale nice and slowly, you're going to push into the hand and come up. Taking your left hand through the gap, left shoulder to the earth, right hand in front of your nose, in front of your face. And there's a nice right angle from the elbow to the shoulder. And you're pushing your hand down into the earth, feeling that nice lengthening through the left side of the body. As you inhale, slowly making your way back up. Hands come underneath your shoulders, a little cat-cow, so belly comes down, chest lifts, chin lifts, rounding your back, chin in towards your chest. We're going to sit back on our heels now, so if you need anything between your heels and your hips, just give yourself a little prop. Lifting your arms, interlinking your fingers at the top, pressing out through the palms. I'm going to turn around. And then leaning over to your right. Inhaling, we come back up. Exhaling, leaning up and over to your left. Inhaling, coming back to the center, taking your arms behind you, interlinking your fingers, squeezing the shoulder blades, lifting up, broadening across the collarbones. Nice, and then releasing, taking your arms in front, rounding your back, chin in towards your chest, like somebody's pulling your arms away from you, so your arms are at shoulder height. Nice, and then release, and let's take a twist. So the right hand comes to the outside of your left knee, left hand behind you, and you want to sit nice and tall. Feel like you're lifting up out of your hips. Doesn't matter how far your head comes round. It doesn't need to be cranked all the way around. It's about really checking in with the entire spine. As we inhale, we come back to the center, exhaling, coming round the other way. So again, just noticing now what starts to switch on the muscles along the spine, how it feels behind your shoulders, your neck. Lovely. And then as you inhale, coming back to the center, and we're going to take our hands forward. Knees underneath the hips, hands come a little bit further forward, heart comes towards the earth. So it's quite strong for the shoulders, this one, so don't overdo. As we inhale, we come back up. Exhaling, heart comes down towards the earth. Nice. Inhaling, rounding your back, coming up, and then exhaling, heart comes towards the earth. Nice. Coming back up, nice and slowly. Hands come in. Now, for those of you that would like to come into downward facing dog, hips up nice and high. A little walk from side to side, but you don't have to. You can stay on your hands and knees and move in cat-cow. Always have a choice, making it right. Maybe a little movement side to side in downward facing dog. I don't like to ever get stuck in shapes. Really, they're not shapes that we're not really learning about. We're learning about ourselves, our bodies. Nice. So as we inhale, let's step the right foot forward between the hands. We're going to keep the left leg nice and straight. So you want to let that left foot come back so that your hands can stay on the floor. And then as we inhale, we're going to lift up into the spine. Exhale, sit nice and deep, and if you can, look forward. We're pressing out through the back heel. Inhaling, rounding into your back. Exhaling, sitting nice and deep. Lovely. One more time. Inhaling, rounding into your back. Exhaling, sitting nice and deep. Hands come onto the floor. Stepping your right foot back. Plank pose. Knees come down. Hips come back towards the heels. Rounding into your back. Slowly making your way forward. Hips come down. Chest lifts. Chin lifts. Lovely. And then coming back up, and again, either hands, knees stay on the floor, or downward facing dog. Your choice. Really important that you make this right for yourself. So a little movement maybe side to side. If you're on your hands and knees, you might like to include that movement side to side, circling. And then as we inhale, we're going to step the left foot forward between the hands. We keep the right leg straight and strong. Hands underneath the shoulders, so you might need to be on your fingertips or even blocks if you have them. As we inhale, we're going to lift up into the back of the body. Exhale, sit nice and deep into the hips and looking forward. So there's action there in that right leg. We're pressing out through the back heel. Inhaling, rounding into your back. Exhaling, sitting nice and deep, looking forward if you can. One more time, inhaling a little lift, and exhaling, sitting nice and deep. So kind of playing with that edge that we discover. Hands flat on the floor, stepping the left foot back, plank pose. Knees come down, hips come back towards the heels. Tidal pull as we kind of feel this lovely pull from our hands. The arms are not touching the earth, it's just the palms of the hands. Our toes are tucked. The hips are coming back towards the heels but not quite reaching. A little movement of your chin from side to side. Nice. And then as we inhale, we're going to round into our back slowly, slowly, coming forward again. So the arms stay nice and straight. Hips come down, chest lifts, chin lifts. And then let's come back to sit with our legs in front of us. Sitting nice and tall, noticing how the energy feels, noticing how your breath feels, noticing how the sit bones feel moving down into the earth. Lovely. As we inhale, we're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest. Take the knee out to the side. I'm going to turn around. Take the knee out to the side. And we're going to take the left hand behind us. Right hand to the outside of the straight leg. So again, we're coming into a twist. We can be quite strong through those left fingers on the earth. But again, we want to just check in with the whole spine. A little pull in towards the belly. A little twist of the torso. Checking in with the shoulders. Not too much with the neck. And let's take this right hand now down the outside of the right leg. So it might come to your shin bone, it might be to your ankle. Again, depends on the time of day you're practicing. So be patient, be loving. So we're encouraging the right ear towards the left knee, and we're looking away from the body. The left hand can be quite active. Those fingers can be quite actively pushing into the earth. So ideally we'll be feeling something really from the right side of the body, down through the right side, in and around the lower back, the right hip. After a few breaths, you might be able to reach the outside of your foot with your right hand. So as you know, there's always a sense of action in our practice, in the shapes that we create. But it's an equal measure of sthira sukham, effort and ease. Where is the effort? Where is the ease? How is the breath? As we inhale, nice and slowly, making your way back up, taking your time, turning over that left leg, and then folding over your left leg. So, forward folds. Allow your hands maybe just to rest beside your leg. You don't need to over-effort to touch the foot. Noticing how it feels around your spine, your hips, the back of the body. Offering yourself love, patience, kindness. Being with your breath. Lovely. As you inhale, nice and slowly, making your way back up. Bringing the right knee in, straightening the right leg. Left knee comes in, out to the side. And we'll create our twist now, right hand behind us. So just taking your time to find that twist. It's important that we don't overdo and expect to be in the end shape at the very beginning. That's a whole kind of mind shift required there. Left hand on the outside of the right leg. Finding where the action is through the right fingers, how it feels for your shoulder. Sometimes different sides of the body are different. Noticing how it feels through the torso, the sit bones moving down into the earth. That connection of your mind into your breath, into the various layers of your body, your energy body, your breath body, the physical body. The emotional body. We come to our mats to learn, not about poses, but about ourselves, our reactions, our behaviors. And now allow this left hand to slide down the outside of the right leg. Again, no need for over-efforting, just enough that it feels juicy and interesting and loving. So there's a nice pull somewhere, there is effort. Let's soften the mind maybe. Notice the steadiness of your breath. Your left ear towards your right knee. Your right hand can be active. And then as we inhale nice and slowly, we come back up and we're going to turn over the right leg and fold over the right leg. So again, don't worry about what it looks like on the outside and how your hands to be maybe on the floor, maybe on your leg, lengthening through the spine. Noticing how it feels in the back of the right leg. Lovely. And then as you inhale nice and slowly, let's make our way back up. Draw the left knee in, straightening that left leg, bringing your knees in towards you. Soles of the feet on the floor, and you're going to come up nice and slowly so that you are lifting your hips, hanging down over your legs. So feet are nice and wide, knees are soft. Arms hanging down. Now you can keep your hands on the floor if you need to. You could take hold of your forearms, a little sway, a little shimmy. Let your head be nice and heavy. So lovely for the spine to be hanging upside down. It's like a lovely treat for the spine. And then as you release your hands, coming back to the center, we're going to inhale and round the spine all the way up. So the arms are nice and heavy, head is heavy. Slowly, slowly coming all the way up to stand. And when you get to the top, rolling your shoulders back and down a few times. Moving your head a little from side to side. Maybe making circles with your head. Maybe shaking out your arms, maybe shaking out the hips. Nice, making moves through the spine, through the hips, not just keeping it in one area. Lovely. And then coming back to the center, and we'll step to the very top of the mat, feet nice and wide on the floor, big toes touching, spreading your toes nice and wide, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana, closing your eyes, and again we get to check in really with this connection that we can create from our body down into the earth. Imagine your roots traveling down, 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 deep into the earth. And from that strength, from that power, we allow the energy to travel up through the crown of the head, up towards the sky, up towards the heavens, connecting all the way around the earth. Lovely. Ready to move now as we inhale, lifting your arms, reaching up towards the sky. Exhaling, folding over, taking your hands to the earth, chin to the chest. So if that means bending your knees, absolutely fine. Lengthening, tucking your chin in. Inhaling, stepping the right foot back. Knee comes down, left hand comes to your left knee, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Lovely. Taking your hands to the earth, tucking your toes, left foot back, plank pose. Now we're going to come into a side plank. So if you need to have your knee on the floor, you can take your right knee down. You might like to have your feet nice and wide. You might take your left foot in front, lifting that left arm up towards the sky, open through the wings of the body. Nice. Make sure you make this shape right for you. And then taking your right hand down, coming back to the center, coming onto your left side. Right arm lifts up towards the sky. Feeling that lovely inner strength, steadiness. Right hand comes down. Knees come down. Hips come back towards the heels. Toes stay tucked. Nice length through the spine. Rounding into your back. Hips come forward. Chest lifts. Chin lifts. Exhaling, pressing back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right foot forward between the hands. We're going to let the left knee come down and walk this right foot out to the side a little bit here. So the toes are on the floor. The heel of your right foot is on your mat. Hands underneath your shoulders. Nice. And then from there we're going to see if we can walk our hands a little further out. You might be able to, you might not. It might be important that you stay here. We don't want to feel like we're overdoing. Some of you might be able to take your elbows down to the earth. Again, it might be better to back up a little and stay with the arms nice and straight. So just finding your breath, finding the shape that's right for you. We don't want to ever feel like we're collapsing. So if there's a collapse, we need to come back a step. If you have your elbows on the earth, you might tuck your toes at the back and lift your knee off the floor. And then wherever you are, slowly making your way back up. And we're going to take the left hand out to the side, right hand to the inside of the right knee, and then lean back and look up towards the sky. Releasing your right hand back down. Let's walk the right foot back into the middle. Tuck your toes and then come round to the left. So we're sideways on the mat, feet to the side, kind of like pigeon toe feet. We're going to bend the left knee, straightening the right leg, a little buoyancy, not too much. Keeping the heels down. And then bending your right knee, straightening your left leg. Hands underneath the shoulders. Lovely. Lifting up now, straightening both legs, firm through the feet, hands onto your ankles, folding over your legs. So a few breaths here, let's say 5 breaths. Inhaling. You might like to come away from the edge on the inhale and then exhale, fold over. Let your head be nice and heavy. Inhaling a little lift and exhaling, folding over. So you can find a little bit of movement. Inhaling a little lift, even though we're in a nice shape here. Strong through the inside of the legs. Inhaling a little lift. Finding the ease. Where is the ease? Around the shoulders maybe? In the neck? Jaw, in your face. 2 more breaths. Inhaling, being curious. Exhaling. 1 more breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Hands come underneath your shoulders now. Nice flat back, coming all the way up. Coming round over that right foot. Stepping your left foot forward, folding over your legs, chin in towards the chest. Inhaling, rising, coming all the way up. Exhaling, folding over, hands to the earth, chin to the chest again. Inhaling, left foot back, knee comes down. Right hand to your right knee, left arm reaches up towards the sky, so taking your time, plenty of time to move from one shape into another. Taking your hands to the earth, tucking your toes, right foot back, plank pose. Ready for Vashisthasana again now. So we're coming onto the left side first. You might feel that you're a little bit stronger. Right hand comes up, maybe the feet stack, maybe we lift the right leg, maybe we have hanging tree, All sorts of variations. Coming back to the center, coming onto your right side. Maybe you have your left foot forward. Maybe you have the knee on the floor. Nice. One side is different to the other. Lovely. Coming back to the center. Knees come down, hips come back towards the heels, tidal pull. Rounding into your back, slowly coming forward, hips come down, chest lifts, chin lifts. This time we're going to come down onto our belly. So of course, if you're expecting, please don't come onto your belly. Coming into a little cobra here, hands lift, squeezing the back of the body, very strong for the back of the body. Squeezing all the muscles nice and tight, and then release. Taking your arms back behind you, lifting your legs, lifting your arms, Shalabhasana. Squeezing, 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 and release. Let's take our hands out to the side, fingertips on the earth, elbows over the wrists, and we're going to just stay nice and low. Moving our head from side to side, moving the shoulders, and then you might kind of feel that spontaneity of movement, making circles, moving your head, moving your shoulders. Maybe you make one big circle, maybe you make a figure 8, maybe you come up nice and high, maybe you stay nice and low. And then we come back to the middle, squeezing those shoulder blades together, lifting up, nice. And then exhale, slowly making your way back down. Let's take our arms over our heads, palms together. And a little movement of your hips from side to side here. So it's slow, soft movement, hips moving side to side. And then as we inhale, let's take our hands underneath our shoulders, tucking our toes, pressing back, downward facing dog, or hands and knees on the earth. Your choice. Little movement, little exploration. Pressing the body through the arms. And then as we inhale, let's step the left foot forward between the hands. Right knee comes down. Let's walk that left foot out to the side now, so the heel stays on the mat and the toes are off the mat, so you have a nice angle. The knee is moving out to the side. Hands underneath the shoulders. Checking in with your right hip, your spine, and also that lift up into your heart. Let's see now, you can stay here if that's enough, and that will be plenty for lots of people. Otherwise, next krama is to take your arms, your hands out a little further, like downward facing dog arms. But the arms are straight. Again, that might be enough. We take our time. We're in no rush to move from one stage to the next. We really want to master each stage, each krama. So maybe the elbows come down. Maybe they do. If they don't, we go, okay, I need to be back up here. Honor that. Be patient. Be slow. Be tender. Be tender with yourself. If your elbows are down, tucking your toes, straightening the right leg, pressing out through that heel and feeling that lift, pressing out through the heel, out through the crown of the head. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And again, Sthira Sukhamasana. Effort and ease. The ease is just as important as the effort. Allow the knee to come down, slowly making your way back. And we're going to take our right hand off the mat to the side, left hand to the inside of that knee, Allow the right hip to come down, that openness, a kind of nice lengthening through the front of the body, that lovely arc through the spine, looking up, pressing the knee away. Lovely. Checking in with your breath. And then as we release, nice and slowly, taking our hands down onto the earth. And we're going to walk the left foot in. Tuck the toes at the back. Come round to the right. I'm going to do a little switch. Come round to the right, bending your right knee, straightening your left leg. Bending your left knee, straightening your right leg. So just notice if there's any change, any difference. Maybe your hands are a little lighter on the floor this time. And then straightening both legs, folding over your legs. Now hands can be around your ankles again, maybe on the floor. Maybe taking your arms back behind you, interlinking your fingers, encouraging the arms away from your back. Your choice now. What's right for you? 5 breaths. Inhaling, exhaling. So the reason we want to really count the breaths and notice is the feeling of a lift on the inhale and that exploration, the deepening on your exhale. Inhaling, a little lift away from the edge. Exhaling, folding over. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more. Inhaling, exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhaling. Lovely. Releasing your hands now underneath your shoulders. Nice flat back coming up, coming round over your left foot. Stepping the right foot forward, folding over your legs, chin in towards the chest. An extra few moments here. You might like to take hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. You might like to wrap your arms around the backs of your legs. You might like to take hold of your shin bones. Allow your head to be nice and heavy. A little pull in towards the belly. Strong through the soles of the feet. No tension in your neck. Lovely. And then releasing, taking your hands onto the earth. We come up, nice flat back, coming all the way up. Hands come down through the center of the body, passing by all those sacred junctions. Our third eye, our intuition, our heart, our speech. Resting your thumbs on your breastbone, feeling the energy, feeling your presence, feeling your breath. Feeling the steadiness that you've created in and around every cell in your body. And let's come to sit in our comfortable seat for our meditation practice. So gathering up your blanket, your block, maybe even sitting on a chair. Staying warm, maybe having a blanket around you. And creating your comfortable seat now, so scanning your body. We check really in with those sit bones moving down into the earth. Making sure this is fine for the knees. Nice long spine. Relaxing your shoulders. Softening your face, checking in with your jaw. If you need to create a little bit of movements, sometimes it's nice to move the body. Now it's a tiny little move around the spine. Some people like that. Don't ever feel like you, again, have to be stuck in any particular shape. The important thing is that we're present, we're calm. And then for our meditation, I invite you to either use your own mantra, if you have one. But really one of my favorite ones is I welcome. Now we don't follow down any rabbit holes what we welcome into our life, but I welcome. I welcome uncertainty. I welcome my body. I welcome the sun. I welcome people in my life. It can be anything, or it could just be those words, I welcome. I welcome this moment. But as I say, don't follow those down the rabbit hole. So being present, I welcome in fear, I welcome in worry. So we're not just welcoming in kind of the good stuff. We welcome in every experience that we have as a human. I welcome. And I will mind the time as we move into these 108 moments of our meditation practice together. So nice and gently now, drawing your meditation to a close. Honoring that space, that time, that sweet offering. And we'll draw our practice to a close with the sharing of 3 alms. Taking a nice deep breath in, we dive straight in. And then drawing your hands now in front of your heart as we bow in gratitude, in thanks to our bodies and our breath and our minds and our hearts for serving us so well, doing such an amazing job. And we bow in gratitude and thanks to the time and space that we are currently in. And we bow in gratitude and thanks to the people that we have in our lives. And we take that gratitude with us into the rest of the day and really allow it to ripple out into the world as best we possibly can at the moment. Many thanks for joining me today, moving, sharing time, sharing space together, connecting. The light and love in me bows to the light and love and beauty in each and every one of you. Namaste.